Hi guys, Lucas here. Thanks for tuning back to my channel. As you can tell, we got another project. What exactly is this? I have a little advert I will show you. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I found the chassis on Craigslist about a year ago or so, and it was 20, I think I paid 20 bucks for it. But anyways, this came with the tires like this and a chassis, and that's it. No radio or nothing. These typically came in a ready to run package where you get the charger, you get the batteries, and yeah, everything to go for under 100 bucks. Monogram, as you know, it makes the display models, not necessarily the RC cars, and they would venture into the RC world and have no success in that field. So they would bail, which is kind of nice to have something from that company that tried something. Although sadly they failed, that is sad. But as far as the collectability market, it's kind of nice. Fortunately, that's how it goes. This one is the replacement body that I found right here. This is the Lightning, and now the Lightning ones came in the red version or the silver version. Go through a list real quick for some of these models. So you have the Missiler, the Lightning, the Thunder, the Wave Hunter, Land Dash, the Maximus, and typically they all use the same chassis. Maybe some differences here and there, but pretty much the same, and all the bodies seem to work on the same channel. So what are we going to be doing to it? We're going to be stripping it all apart, taking everything out of it, putting in a servo for it, and one in these little ESCs that I got, the little cheap Chinese ones. And then I got a little Futaba FP28 servo that'll go in it. And then we'll hit the road and see how it goes. I'm going to do it all in one video, so stay tuned in this video for that segment as well. So what else I want to tell you about this? These can be had for right around 30 to, I don't know, 80 bucks or so. The car has no bearings in it. And and then the rear end is direct drive kind of style, where there's no differential in it. It's really good for like going in kind of rough stuff, but making corners and stuff like that, not so good. So if you guys will stay tuned in this video, we're gonna go straight to the mod section now. Here's a snippet of inside of the Lightning. So you got the data board that's right underneath this tray, and then you got, here's what the tranny looks like a bit. It's pretty simple design. No bearings anywhere. I was able to do the modification here for the front wheels. Got that taken care of. Got the bushings out, got ball bearings installed. Let's go around this way. So I got the a ball bearing installed in there and that rear plate there. Got all the gearing out right there. And we're just basically putting bearings where we can and taking out the bushings. That's pretty much it. Stock, standard Tamiya, Hornet, or Grasshopper front bearings like you would find. That's pretty much it. And then we got the steering linkage out to put the servo in. Okay, I know I'm throwing you guys around. All right, so this right here is the spur gear. That one, you cannot put a bearing in it. It is too tight to install a bearing into the spur. So that might be the weakest part of the whole rear end, because you can't do anything with that. Later on, if I find a spur that will work for that, I'll let you guys know. For right now, that's pretty much it on the rear end. I just got to bolt this part back on, and that's going to be a wrap with that. Honed out a few holes into the spur. That helps with the cooling of the transmission a little bit extra, because it can run hot in this thing, and actually it might improve the RPM a bit. Got to punch some holes in here so that way the motor doesn't run hot. Probably going to do 3 punch outs on the top and then 3 punch outs on the bottom. All going to be done using a drill bit, and just going to have perfect little sections of it. We got the transmission back together again. I got the transmission cover here painted a nice silver color, and went ahead and smoothed the bottom deck plate really nice and smooth, the tub. I got rid of all those previous posts that used to be up there. Got this knocked back and sanded down smooth. That way I could put a battery in there or in my electronics at the bottom instead of the top. I'll show you what I'm saying. So this is how it's going to be, just like that, minus the wires are all going to be tucked underneath. So there was typically a little plastic bar that goes all the way here. Had to get rid of that in order to be able to drop this pack in, or even like a basic battery pack like this in that cat, or nickel metal hydride battery pack. That way it fits better. So that was an unfortunate modification, but needed to be done. And it's still structurally sound, so it's nice, still nice and stiff. Then we went ahead and did the Tamiya style grasshopper rod and connectors, ball end connectors. That seems to work really well. I got the steering, not steering, but the steering servo in, hot glued temporarily, that way I know where I want to put it. And everything's like nice and neat now. I got the bearings in the front wheels as well. And that ESC will go underneath. Then we'll lay this down here and get everything bolted nice and easy. So now we got to start working on the body. It is taped up, so we're going to be painting the roll bar a silver color, probably the same color that we did the ear cover. And what we've got to do, we've got to paint a little driver head I found. He's going to be painted white. And then we'll paint the little lights that I found. And we'll put them somewhere. And then we got to paint the interior a little bit. Some seat belts, maybe paint seat belts blue. And then we'll mount everything together. So the bodywork had to be taped off a bit so we can make room for here to cut everything out and paint this, the chrome, and paint this to flat black. I had to do a modification to the motor area right here, and that way it had a little bit of a breathability and heat sink kind of thing going on for the motor. The motor doesn't have any place to release heat, so I made these little ports. That looks pretty nice, and it'll help a little bit to keep the engine cool. So I have some Team Associated RC10 lights that I had. I have a bunch of these. So I figured, why not make some lights for the lightning. Have to just pre-drill my holes in the bottom and then paint them up and mount them up. Repainted the top, repainted this. I went with a stainless. And then I painted, I found a driver's head, and then I painted that, painted the interior a little bit, and we just got to put the stickers on, and I'm going to do a little soundproofing with this in there. No battery rattle. Alrighty guys, the decals are on, the mods are all done, the driver's installed, the Team Associated lamps are on here. I'd say this 1984 Monogram Lightning by Yonezawa is looking sharp. Check it out. Now, let's check it out on the road. God, love the fact that you don't have to have body clips on this thing. That's great. Alrighty, now for the running review. Looks really good. Trucks along okay. I wouldn't say it's too bad. Not for a little Silver Cam 540 motor in there. So the tires are a little wonky.
Wow, check that out. That was crazy. Did not mean to do that. Okay, the shock too, that looks really good. Do one super long pass and wow, almost got it. Almost did it. Alrighty, you guys. Enjoyed the restoration on this bad boy. So I would say it's a pretty good little car. It's not bad at all. Runs really good, especially the little things I've done to it, little touches. Little driver I added. Stickers look really sharp. So a very crisp looking car. And that's a wrap on this bad boy. Go Monogram Lightning by Yonezawa. Alrighty guys, if you like my video, please hit a like. And I'd love it for you to subscribe.